I don't know how many guys they have or how much talent they have. Somebody said they had 180 guys under contract,
I
which
don't
I
doubt
find,
that.
but I find that hard to believe. I mean, I don't think they got 180 guys that they have to pay every week. I think they have 180 guys on a loose contract that means that they could get them at any time. And there's some guys I'm sure that are getting paid and not going half the time, which is a great deal. I think my friend, Mr. Swagger, he's under that type of deal, which he loves it. Who wouldn't love it? Who wouldn't love getting paid just to stay home? Hey, if anybody wants to give me a job out there and let me sit here, we can talk about that, and I'd probably be fairly agreeable on that. But
I've just counted.
About,
sorry, Dutch. I've just counted through AEW's roster page. Now, this does include 5 coaches, 161. This includes referees. Damn. This includes announcers, but this is nearly all wrestlers. 161.
Wow. So, to me, back in the old days, guess how many wrestlers Memphis would carry?
It's like 10, 12 sometimes.
Yeah, 14 or 16. That's what we would carry because we would work every night, sometimes Sunday too, and we would. But if you had 30 guys, you can't get 30 guys on a card. You can, but they're not going to make anything where the pay schedule went. See, Tony's not paying them off gate. He's paying them off his own money, I guess. Let's just add it up. Say he draws $100,000 house. Okay. A third of that, they work by thirds. Third. The promotion gets a third. The expenses get a third, and the talent allegedly gets a third. So that would mean $30,000 would go to talent. So if you have 30 guys on the roster, that means that everybody, if you split it equally, would get $1,000, which is an okay payday. But some guys would get $400 because their money would move to the main event, and the main event makes pretty decent money. But if you see $100,000 and you come back and you look on your check, there's like a check for $300 or $400 in there. You go, wait a minute. Surely it was worth more than that. And that's the way they justify it. That's the way it's worked. That's the way it's worked for years. But now if you take that $100,000 and knock it down to $50,000, now it's a whole different story. Now nobody's really making any money, really. So there was a time in WWE, I think, right after I left, and it was in the mid-90s, it got so bad that some guys were like, they were actually losing money going on the road. I mean, because now my last run in WWE was different. They paid everything. They paid my car. They paid my room. They paid everything. But I didn't really have an extravagant topside guarantee. I was treated like an announcer. And they'd pay my room and my car and everything like that. But the talent was making their downside. See, if you're awarded say $100,000 contract, now this is years ago, most of that $100,000, they would have your merchandise factored into that too. So you'd end up making $100,000, maybe over, but not that much. But so when you look up at a WrestleMania house, that's like $10 million, and you get your check for it, and you go, what the hell? See, I got a check for like $7,500, but I was a manager. I got that. I understand that. But I was thinking, $10 million and $7,500. But if you really thought of what I did, all I did was walk to the ring and walk back. And they give me $7,500, which is not bad, but considering the size of the house. But I also justified it by saying, wait a minute, not one person in that crowd bought a ticket to see me. So to me, it was a gift. So